This video is about the equipment that I use to film my videos, and I'm going to run you through the gear that I brought over with me, my thoughts, what I think I can use and probably could have left back at home in Australia. So if you're interested in a techie video about equipment, this is for you. If you don't like techie stuff, this is going to bore the crap out of you, so don't watch it. Move on and wait for another video that I make about walking the streets of Bangkok. My style on my channel is all about real and happening as it is, mistakes and all. That's my style. That's what I like. It's like call it documentary if you like. That's what I'm trying to achieve. So you may see a lot of my edits and all that. I have different elements in it that you probably think, oh, you should cut that out, but they're the elements that I'm after, and the gear that I use reflects on my editing. I'm able to do that with my equipment. I hope that makes any sense to you if you're an editor or you're starting out on this journey. Perhaps you're a massive YouTube channel, you'll understand what I'm talking about. The camera that I'm actually using right now is my iPhone 12 Plus, and I'll just show you. Sorry, this is my apartment. I'm staying here for a week. So as you can see, that's my iPhone 12 Plus. This is what I use virtually, I reckon 60 to 70% of the time my videos are shot on this. I just find it easy, the image is great, and the audio is a little bit crap actually. And I shoot in high definition, I don't shoot in 4K. In Bangkok, Thailand, this overheats quite a lot if you go to 4K, so drop it back to high definition and you're okay. So yeah, iPhone 12 Plus, and I'm currently on the wide lens. If I go to that's the, what do you call that? That's the standard lens. This is going to give you the best quality, okay? And obviously if you zoom in, you're going to get that, which is the 2.5 times. The quality's not as great on this. The best one to use is this middle one. That gives you the best stabilization to walk around and do your bits and pieces. By the way, this is my apartment. I've got it really cheap on booking.com. It's way more than what I need. It's got a couch and it's got a nice big TV. I can't get that thing to work. And this is my outlook out to here. At night time, all these buildings flash. It's beautiful. I'll do a shoot of that later. But yeah, this is quite a large place to live. A little kitchen here, which is good. I know this is not techie, but I might as well show you. And there's the bedroom that I'm in. That's quite nice as well. So the iPhone 12 Plus is always with me, and this is what I use most of the time. When there's lots of wind, I struggle with this and I try not to bring it out. And I'll show you some other gear as well now. So I'm going to keep this on the wide lens on this iPhone 12 Plus, so it's going to be shaky. There's no stabilization, and that's just how it is, okay? So here's the gear that I brought over with me. I'm going to start with this one here. This is a Canon G7X Mark II. I've had this for years. It's back in the day it was a great camera. Now it's starting to show its age, its image quality, but I thought I'd bring this over because it does have a zoom lens on it, and it's a little bit better in low light because that's a 1-inch sensor. And I had it and I thought I'll just bring it with me. I have used it on a few shoots, just getting those long shots down the river at the Riverside residence. Other than that, I haven't used it at all. And to be honest, it could probably just stay back home in Sydney. I actually don't need it. It's extra weight, which I don't need in my bag. So, but I brought it with me as a backup. Okay, so that's the Canon 7GX Mark II. What I shoot virtually everything when I'm out walking is this setup, and this is a GoPro Hero 10. Okay, that's a 10. It's just on a Manfrotto little stick thing. the thing I like about this is I can press this button in and I can move this head on top to different angles, and obviously you can set it down, and that's fantastic. Just this little Manfrotto grip thing. You get this on Amazon. I don't know how much. They're not much. They're very cheap. So the Hero 10, that's what I use on all my shoots. I do have another backup GoPro, and this is a Hero 9. The image quality is marginally better on the 10 than the 9, but you'd be struggling to see the difference really. I shoot everything on the 10 in 4K, and I edit all my videos in high definition. Now, issues with the GoPros. Overheating in Bangkok. At 4K, this will overheat like you wouldn't believe. It won't last long outside. So I constantly turning it on and off, turning it on and off, and I also keep the side door open, which is it's a bit hard to do. Anyway, there's a side door here that has the battery. Is this one open? Yeah. Same thing. I keep the side door open when I'm out shooting, but you've got to be careful that you don't lose the card or the battery out of that, and there's a battery missing, so that's interesting. So they're the two. That's the main camera that I shoot everything with, which is the GoPro Hero 10. I bought this second hand on eBay in Australia, and it's the same with this. I bought it second hand. Okay, I don't need the 11, the 10's fine. What I love about the GoPro 10 is, I'll just turn it back on again, sorry. Okay. What I like about the 10 is it has a front screen, so you can frame yourself, and obviously it has a back screen. So when you're going forward, you can see what's going on, and when you want to talk to yourself, you can frame it up and put yourself there. That's what I love about the 10 versus this iPhone. You can't see yourself because I shoot with, just hang on a sec, I'll show you. It's just easier. When I shoot with my iPhone, I turn it around, so I go that way. So I can't see myself. I'm just relying that hopefully I've got it framed and that doesn't look too bad. I don't use this side to see myself. I use, is it making any sense? I use this side. I can't see myself. So that can be a deal breaker for some people. I don't need to see myself, it doesn't matter. And in fact, I wouldn't have myself on camera, period. I'd just shoot all the pretty pictures and put music, but that's not what people are really into. The benefits of the GoPro are amazing image stabilization when you walk around. This is really good. Let me see if I can get into a setting here. Don't know if this camera's going to pick it up. I'm just going to change to that. These are the settings that I use on my GoPro. Can you see that? Is that going to focus? I bet you it's not focusing. Anyway, it's 4K. I shoot at 25 frames a second. The lens is linear. I don't go wide. I have hyper smooth on high. And I have Pro Tune turned on. I have bitrate on high, shutter on auto. My EV comp is at -0.5. My white balance I always keep at 55 Kelvin or 5500 Kelvin. The ISO minimum is 100 and the ISO maximum is 600. Sharpness is on medium, the color is on neutral, and I have wind off. Okay, but I love this. This setup is absolutely the best, most portable setup I have ever used in all the YouTube channels that I've had. Fits in your pocket. It's not in your face, and just make sure you bring a stack of batteries. Okay, I carry 4 batteries, and there's one missing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I do have 4 batteries. that I take with me. And that kind of gets me through a very long day if I'm shooting 3 videos. Okay, the next thing to talk about is audio and the issues. I generally walk around with my GoPro naked. I call it naked, as it is. And when it's windy, you get a lot of issues with wind noise. You can probably hear quite a lot of it in my videos. It is a problem, but there's not much you can do about it other than this. Okay, audio solutions that I've brought with me. I do have many radio kits, lavalier kits back in Sydney, and I chose not to bring them this time. The reason is I just don't want the hassle of batteries going down on me throughout the day and not being able to recharge. Yes, I could bring a power bank, but I just couldn't be bothered, to tell you the truth. So there's a few things that I started out doing and since abandoned just because it's just a hassle. This is the, what do you call this thing? This is the mic kit for the GoPro. I forget what it's called. You know, the mic accessory? What's it called? It's got a name for it. I'm sorry, I can't remember it. Anyway, this is the mic kit that the GoPro will sit in there, inside the cage. Okay? And this has a little shotgun on it. So, which is pretty good. A lot of people don't rate this microphone as being very good. I think it's suitable for my style of videos. Except there's 2 fundamental problems. There's 3 fundamental problems with this this mic setup from GoPro. One is, in Thailand, once you have your camera inside this cage, your camera will overheat really quickly. Okay, the heat has nowhere to go. So that's one massive problem, that the overheating issue with the cage on there. Secondly is, it's got 2 mics, one on the front and one on the back. And these cannot be switched quickly. You actually have to go into the menu, scroll, do all of this and do all of that, and then, you know, click it to the back mic. You want to go back to the front mic, you've got to do it all again. It's a pain in the ass, to tell you the truth. So what I was doing to start with, I was just using the front mic, right, you know, with the camera in the cage, and then trying to get up as close as I could with my mouth, so the front mic would pick me up. But while it worked, there was a lot of audio editing I had to do, and it never quite, I was never quite satisfied with, you know, with the results. So I haven't actually used this for maybe 3 weeks. It's a good idea, this cage, but the implementation's not. The design needs to be fixed. And the other problem is, on the GoPro, when you have the cage inserted into, when you have your GoPro inserted into this cage, and you need to change batteries, you have to undo absolutely everything to get back into the camera to change batteries, and then redo everything up. And I tell you, when you're out on the street and there's a shot happening, it's a pain in the ass. So consequently, I don't use this anymore. However, on windy days, I was out yesterday and it was really windy, I have this little connector on top. This is called a newer. It's are these called cold shoes? I think that's what they're called. I bought this off Amazon. It's like about $10, so not even that. And this connects to the cold shoe here on this thing. And why I have this is I can mount this on top of this rig to get it up high enough. If the camera's in here, you need to get this microphone up really high, otherwise it's going to show in your videos. It actually needs to be right up here. It's stupid. The microphone itself is excellent, but you need to get an extension so it gets right up high, so this microphone can get up higher. And then what actually happens is, you have this rig that's like it's like about a foot tall. So I don't use it. I just try and shoot away from the wind. I think the GoPro Series 9 and 10 is by far the best setup for walking around the streets and vlogging. The next best thing would be your iPhone. As I say, I've shot a lot on my iPhone and the results have been great. I absolutely love the iPhone. So I'm going to show you my next setup, which I use very rarely, to tell you the truth, but it's really a great setup, and today, the next couple of days, I'm going to use it a lot more as I walk the streets. This is my next setup. When I started to live stream, I was just walking around with the phone and trying to use the image stabilization on the phone, which is absolutely crap. So while I was in Bangkok, I bought this. I've had these before and I just don't like them. It's just, why I don't like them is you have to keep recharging them, and it's a big unit compared to something like a GoPro on a stick. But anyway, this is a fabulous unit. This is a Smooth Q3 Juon. I never know how to pronounce it. Shiyun or something like that. Anyway, this is a Smooth Q3. I know there's a Smooth Q5 out. I just didn't want to pay the money, and honestly, I only need this to do one thing, and that is in mode 3. But this is a fantastic gimbal, I think, period, with your phone. I think the results out of this are absolutely stunning and rival the GoPro Hero 10. I really do. This is actually on the stand that comes with a little stand at the end here. And let me just set this back up. Sorry, I've just got my phone in one hand and trying to do everything with the other. It's a little bit difficult. So this is rock steady with my phone. This is an iPhone 12 Pro Max. Okay. Issues I have with this is audio issues when you're out walking. So I'm just going to set this up and show you exactly what I do when I'm out and about. Okay, I'm on the GoPro Hero 10 and this is the setup I'm going to show you in a second. I use this Smooth Q3 for the live streams. I've only done 4, and I found the last one I did was excellent. That was at Boput at Fisherman's Village. Sadly, YouTube capped my stream down to standard definition. Like, it's terrible. The quality was absolutely terrible after I shot it and uploaded it. YouTube reckon they don't handicap you as a small channel. Well, that's wrong. They do. If you're a small channel, you don't have a bandwidth like the bigger channels do for live streaming, and that's another story. Let's have a look at this setup here. Okay, so this is the Smooth Q. This is the setup that I use when I walk the street. It's, as you can see, it's quite large compared to the GoPro. I mean, you know, there's a little GoPro, and if there was a stick, it's so small, whereas this setup's pretty big. And I don't know, I think it brings attention to you, which I don't want. But anyway, look, it's a stock standard gimbal. It's the Smooth Q3. The camera's on there, and unfortunately with this you can't turn it around so you film with the other side. You have to shoot it this way. So let me just do this. So you have to use this camera if you want to, you know, film yourself. Just take it out wider, and then obviously you can just click this and that will just go back to the front facing camera. Is that what it's called? But you're going to see something really weird, which is the audio setup I have for this. And this is the Rode Video Micro that I have connected to the phone. Unfortunately on these gimbals there's nowhere to set up a situation where you can use this mount, you know, to put your microphone on. So what I've done is just tried to be inventive, which is I bought some tape from 7-Eleven and I've just wrapped the microphone around this arm. It doesn't affect the weight distribution or the steadiness of the units. And let me just put this down. just set this up, and then all as I do is you have the wind muff, and that just goes there, and that's it. That's how I walk around. And I like this setup for many reasons. One is I'm not relying on external batteries for a wireless setup or interference from a wireless setup. This Smooth Q3 also allows a clearance of something attached to your phone. Okay, so you can, is it going to do it? So see how I can move all this, and it's not going to interfere, like it's not going to get blocked. That's what I love about Smooth Q3, is that I can do that. And as I mentioned, I only use this in mode 3. Just hang on a sec. Oh, sorry. I use this in mode 3, so I get let me just come out here. So I use this in mode 3. Oh. So I can pan, and like I can tilt, sorry, and it comes back to center. Whereas the other modes, and I won't do it, won't allow that to happen. So the whole reason I bought this was for stabilization and just for this mode alone, and I think it's worth the price. So my thoughts on everything is this. My style is, it's ad hoc, it's random, it happens in an instant. I don't plan things, I just go for a walk, and if I see something, I'll turn the camera on and go. And that's what I need. I don't need to be bogged down with, you know, complicated setups, things that can easily be damaged. Like if I just look at this setup here, it's a great setup, but there's a lot of components to it which your phone can fall out, the microphone can come off, and you know, it really is a pain in the ass. If you unpack trains or you're going down Chinatown, it's, you know, a lot can happen with these setups. Someone can come along and steal your phone. It's that easy. Yes, I know they can steal it. They can steal my GoPro in my hand as well, but it's a bigger chance of that going down than my GoPro in my hand. So I think the best setup, and this is for me, is the GoPro. The GoPro Hero 9 or Hero 10 is the best setup all round. You have the screen on front, you have the screen on the back. It's so easy to get in and set up time lapses and what's the other one called? Time warp. It's so easy. You know, you can just chuck a whole stack of batteries in your pocket and you're done for the day. The audio is an issue with the GoPro because of wind. Okay, so you can use, as I say, the mic cage. I wish I knew the name of this. I just keep forgetting what it's called. The mic cage. This would be good in situations where it's maybe not as hot as Thailand. I do have another setup at home with the mic cage. I have an Alanzi setup, which is, I think, it's not better, but it allows air circulation to happen around the camera. I didn't bring it because it was too big and too bulky. I think at the end of the day, the best equipment is the one you have on you. And I know it's a cop-out. People always say that, but it's true. The easiest one is your iPhone. Seriously, if you have an iPhone, just shoot with that. Audio is going to be your biggest issue, okay? Low light at night, all these cameras are absolutely crap. They fall apart, okay? I wouldn't take the GoPro out at night, maybe at dusk, and that's it. You can, however, with the iPhone and a gimbal setup, is that in frame? If you take your iPhone out with this gimbal setup at night and put the camera into its middle, the best camera, it's going to give you a better result because of the stabilization in the stabilizer. Okay, if you try to walk around just with your iPhone at night, the image is going to be crap. Okay, so a stabilizer at night with your iPhone is going to beat the GoPro hands down. And I'll do some tests while I'm here, maybe tonight if I'm up for it. Another thing people like to use are full frame cameras. Yes, you can use those. They're going to be better at light, in low light. But man, you're looking now at bigger lenses, bigger bodies, bigger batteries, and chargers to go with it. And I mean, if you want to lug around that stuff, go for it. I couldn't be bothered. I've done it. I've been down that path for many years, and I don't do it anymore. So I hope that this video has been informative for you and you've kind of got something out of it. As I say, it's pretty boring if you're non-techie, but if you're thinking, oh, what am I going to do when I go out and shoot? I want to go out and make a YouTube channel. I want to travel Thailand. What am I going to do? Hopefully these are some good ideas for you. Another reason too is the GoPro is you can go on the water with it. So, you know, that's pretty cool, I think. Okay guys, thanks for watching and good luck on your vlogging journey. Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are with your equipment. Okay, catch you later.